Moving on to 22. When it's asking you how many solutions an equation has, just think about like all the possible points that this makes. Well, if you were to graph it, you'd be looking at a graph that looks something like this. Well, how many points does that have? Well, there's a point there, and 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 there. There's infinitely many points, okay? This little equation here, you can plug in any x value, and you'll get some y value out. That makes a point. That's a solution to the equation. So there's infinitely many of them. 3, so if you're in honors, the rest of these apply to you. If you're not in honors, then that was it. 23, when you're trying to get the slope of the secant line from 0 to 4, you get the slope from that point to that point. And remember, in getting slope, you get the change in y, put that number over the change in x. Well, the change in y from -2 up to 13, -2 to 13 is 15. And the change from 0 to 4 in the x is 4. So you got 15 over 4, which corresponds with b. 24, given the function here, what is the slope of the secant? Well, if you were to graph this guy, I hope you realize this is a line. And the slope between any 2 points is constant. It's that number in front of x, so that gives you c. Yeah, if you really want to plug it in, like you can think of a point over there, and then a point there. Well, that slope's just 3. Or this point here, and then a point down here. You're still going to get a slope of -3 every time. 25. What type of symmetry does the function have? Okay, when you have like a vertical line symmetry at the y-axis, that is an even symmetry. If your function can be rotated, so like if you have a line that goes through like this, and you can just rotate it around like that, then it's going to be odd symmetry. So this one only has even symmetry. You can't just rotate it 180 degrees and get the same thing. And that's going to come up on 26 here. What type of symmetry does this line have? Well, I drew a little graph here real quick. And this one you can rotate counterclockwise 180 degrees and it ends up being the same thing. And so it's going to have odd symmetry. Another way to figure out odd symmetry is if you plug in 1 and you plug in -1, you get the same, you get opposite answers. So if you plug in 1, you're going to get -1/4. And if you plug in -1, you're going to get +1/4. Since these are opposites, this is going to be an odd symmetry. And that's it.